Rama Ramo Ade Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Gokula Nanda Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Gokula Nanda Sri Radhe Jaya Sitaram Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Patita Pavana Patita Pavana Goraneta Jaya Patita Pavana Patita Pavana Goraneta Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Sorry, sweetheart.
It's so transcendental. I didn't want to stop.
Sorry, beautiful. Sorry, my love.
Wait, Mataji, I'm gonna pay. Yeah. Thank you. Aryan, you can sit here. Wait. Hare Krishna, everyone. So now the children are going to do a short kirtan before the Bhagavad Gita class. So I've got the kids' Sankirtan party here who are going to do a lovely kirtan for you. I've got Dia on the harmonium, Aryan on the mridanga, and Janak and Bath with the kartals. Thank you. Please join in. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Wait, fill up there, fill up.
Thank you, Bobby. Hare Krishna, everyone. Wasn't that lovely? Yeah, that was amazing. You know, I say this every time. So the children performed that kirtan and we found it beautiful, right? I'm one of the two of their mothers, right? So when Krishna hears their kirtan, Krishna is so happy because even though it might not be perfect, Krishna loves it because they're doing it from the heart and it's so innocently done. If you try and do something at work and it's not perfect, you're gonna get, slap on the wrist or something. So nowhere other than here, even if it's offered in imperfection, it's appreciated by Krishna. So that was amazing. Dia, Janak, Aryan, and Path, well done. They've gone already, but well done. That was amazing. So now we're going to have the Bhagavad Gita class, and we're going to be discussing chapter 2. So how many of you have read the Bhagavad Gita? Partly? Wholly? Maybe one translation, one verse? Okay, few of you. That's good, that's good. So, can anyone tell me what the Bhagavad Gita is about? Anything? Sri Krishna giving advice to Arjuna? Kurukshetra war, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Arjuna was a dear friend of Krishna and a cousin as well. So Arjuna was very confused on the battlefield. He had a dilemma and Sri Krishna came to the rescue. And although Arjuna is an eternal servant of Krishna, he knew everything, but he still asked these questions, and they're really for our benefit, not really his, because he was quite realized. And this is why we discuss the Bhagavad Gita again and again and again, because even if it's a 45-minute conversation, it takes us a lifetime to unpack and absorb into. So we're going to talk about chapter 2. Before that, I'll just chant some invocation mantras. I'm going to keep them short because we're running low on time. So if you can, chant with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One more time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, it's amazing. When you chant with absorption, even if you're really nervous, you kind of like, shh. Yes, I I feel fine now. So we're going to be chanting from chapter 2, verse 44, which is on the screen. Here we go. So remember what I said about imperfection, right? Bhogeshwarya prakattanam, Bhogeshwarya prakattana, tapayahra sachetasam, tapaharata chesadam, vyavayasatmika buddhir, samadona vidiyate. So the translation to this verse is in the, let me just move it down. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. And the purport by Srila Prabhupada is, Samadhi means fixed mind. The Vedic dictionary, the Nirkuti, says, Samyag adhiriyate smin atma tattva yatma maham, which means the mind is fixed for understanding the self. It is said to be in samadhi. Samadhi is never possible for a person interested in material sense enjoyment and bewildered by such temporary things. They are more or less condemned by the process of material energy. So this is a beautiful verse, and we're going to unpack it. So this chapter is contents of Gita summarized. That means that you're going to get a glimpse into what the rest of the Bhagavad Gita contains. And this verse is again going to come up later on. Because when Arjuna is not sure about something, he will ask the question again. So Arjuna, so let's see what's happened so far. So far, Arjuna has stepped on the battlefield. He's seen that he's going to be fighting against his relatives, and this has really thrown him off. This is like now, and then as we discuss, as things go on in chapter 1, he thinks of reasons not to fight. So firstly, he says, let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So Arjuna wants to see who he's going to, he knows who is on the other side. He knows he's going to go into battle with his cousins. But because he's having these doubts, he's still taking the time. He's stopped any activity and he's gone on the battlefield to see, like, let me think over this a little bit more. And Arjuna wants to examine the opposite party before the battle, even though he knows who they are. And this shows hesitation, his emotional conflict. There's a war inside his heart as well, not just on the battlefield. There's a war in his mind and his heart, and he's confused. And then he says, what will be the use of this war? Now he's really confused. He's thinking, what's going to happen if I go through with this war? I do not see any good in killing my own kinsmen in battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Now he's thinking, well, if it means I'm going to kill my cousins, I don't want this victory. I don't want this kingdom. I don't want to be happy. But he doesn't realize, even by not fighting, it doesn't mean that the Kauravas are going to stop their atrocious activities. So he's thinking this way because it's really hard for him to go through with this battle. And then he says, why kill relatives and teachers for temporary pleasure? Now he's talking himself out of it. And the second verse, he argues, it is better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Now, because he's a Kshatriya, he's now saying that I'm going to give up my job. I'm not going to fight anymore. Like a soldier says, no, even though I'm really good at fighting, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go and beg on the street. And that's really going opposite to his dharma, his natural instinct, what he's good at. And he questions the righteousness of killing for material gain, which you would think is right, isn't it? Like, it's clearly wrong to kill someone so that he can supposedly have the kingdom, have for his pleasure. And then what is the outcome of destroying my family tradition? So Arjuna raises this concern in front of Krishna, and he says, if I kill, many people will die, not just my family and relatives, but also the citizens. And if the citizens are left without like a family member, the women will be left unprotected. And that means the progeny will be unprotected. And so he's thinking very deeply, coming up with many, many reasons not to fight. And then he feels that this will impact the citizens in the long term. And then in chapter 2, Arjuna submits, because he's come, like as we've seen, he's gone through all of these reasons and he's talked himself out of it. He's saying, I've put down my Gandiva bow and I'm a soul surrendered onto you, Krishna. You tell me, I'm your disciple. And he says, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prichami tamsam samauta chetaha yashreya sannishitam bruhitan me shishyaste hamsadi mamtam prapannam. He says, now I'm a soul surrendered onto you. I'm your disciple. Please instruct me. Now he's realized that I can't make a decision. I'm going to have to rely on Krishna. So he's surrendered onto Krishna. And now Krishna is going to start giving, he's already started giving lots and lots of counter-arguments and really bringing Arjuna back to sanity and making his mind peaceful, and also helping him to understand this is the right thing to do. He must fight because Kauravas are wrongly trying to destroy the king, take the kingdom from him, and if they get hold of the kingdom, nothing good can come of it. So he must fight. This is his duty. This is his dharma. This is what he's born to do. All of us have our dharma. We're naturally good at something. So Arjuna is Kshatriya, and that's what he needs to be engaged in. Otherwise, if he goes begging, he will be demoralized. It's not something he's used to, and it's really against his dharma. So he's trying to tell him all of these things. And so then we come to this verse. Let's break down this verse now. So in the verse, the first Sanskrit words are Bhogeshwarya Prasattanam, those attached to pleasure and wealth and power, and Aishwarya. Taya Prahata Chetasanam, their consciousness is stolen away by these things. And Vyavyasatmika Buddhi, determination towards spiritual life. So Vyavyasatmika Buddhi means when you have resolute determination, when your mind is completely focused on the task at hand and nothing else can stray you from that path. So you have to have that kind of determination to be able to accomplish anything really in life, but especially in spiritual life, you have to have absorption. You have to have determination. Those two are different things, but they're kind of same. Samadho na vidyate. They cannot fix their minds in samadhi. Meaning, if your consciousness is hijacked by pleasure, wealth, power, Aishwarya. Aishwarya is like opulence. Then you won't be able to achieve any spiritual progress because your heart is somewhere else. You're doing something else externally, but your heart is in something else. And sometimes you see this, don't you? when sometimes people come to the temple and they offer something in the donation box and say, please, can you make sure my son passes his exams? We still ask Krishna, but our heart is still tied into, yeah, please make sure that he progresses in material life. And we're coming to Krishna, that's a good thing, but still, you won't make any spiritual progress. Krishna might be kind and help your son, but yeah, that's an example. And then just taking a few things from Prabhupada's purports. So, material opulence can cause forgetfulness of Krishna. And this happens a lot. When you have all the wealth in the world, you have good body, you're in good health, you have a good family, you're born in a good family, and you have nothing to worry about. Are you really going to come to Krishna for anything? Because you've got everything. Sometimes it happens. Too much happiness is not a good thing sometimes. Spiritual happiness is a different thing. Also, Prabhupada says that material attachment creates dualities, gain, loss, pleasure, pain. So we get absorbed in, oh, how much can I gain? How much can I make? How much money can I make? Oh, I've lost that money. I've lost something valuable, So that can really take over our consciousness, our emotions. It can bewilder us. So material attachments create these things. But spiritual attachments, you can never go wrong, because if we understand that, if we understand spiritual knowledge, there can never be any loss in spiritual life. Even if you have only made little progress in this life, even if you've only offered something little to Krishna, you take that forward to your next life. You never lose that. So let's say you make 10% progress in this life. In your next life, you carry on from that place. And we've seen this. Some people come to the manor, they come for the first time, but it's like that. The connection is like established instantly, and they go from here to there in like a short amount of time. And you think, how did that happen, And so, for example, there's an amazing, everyone knows about the Bhagavad Gita, right? This is the Bhagavad Gita. But we also have Bhagavatam, which is on the altar here. And in there's many, many examples. So this is a 12 canto, 18 volumes book. And in Bhagavatam, we have many, many examples of amazing devotees. So Bhagavad Gita gives you all the philosophy, but Bhagavatam actually shows you how these devotees use the knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita and they transform their lives. And one such person is Kunti Maharani. Anyone knows Kunti Maharani? Anyone? She was the aunt of Krishna, paternal aunt of Krishna. She was the mother of the Pandavas, mother of Arjuna. And she went through a lot of suffering in her life. Her husband died. Her first son she had to give away, which was Karna. And then she was exiled. They were made homeless. Jai Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Yeah, so Kunti Maharani suffered a lot. But in the Bhagavatam, in Canto 1, she sings these beautiful prayers. And she says, my dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from a poisoned cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from suffering during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. My Lord, your lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feelings. So here again, it's mentioned those who have high birth, they have great opulence, they are highly educated, and they have beauty, nice body, healthy body, good looking, cannot approach you with sincere feelings, because these things are a hindrance. It's the opposite in spiritual life. Whatever in material life is a positive, is like a negative in spiritual life, because these things take you away from Krishna. They bind you again and again in this material life. Like you have some riches, then you're absorbed in keeping those riches safe. If you have some beauty, then you're attached to the attention that you're getting and keeping your beauty, your external body intact. Why is that? It's good to look after your body. It's healthy to look after your body. But if you get too attached to that temporary body, because that is going to go at the end of this life. Everyone gets old. 3 things you can't escape from: birth, old age, actually 4, disease and death. 4 things. No one can escape it. Everyone is going to go through this. Well, it's just a matter of time. So we shouldn't become attached to temporary things in life, because there's always going to be someone more beautiful than you. There's always going to be someone richer than you. And anyway, at the end of your life, these things you're going to have to leave behind. So the next verse, I'm just going to finish off, is because it's beautiful. If you ever get a chance, there's actually people outside. You can purchase Bhagavatam from them. In Canto 1, Kunti Maharani sings these amazing prayers, and she says, "My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists." So here again, Kunti Maharani kind of says that Krishna belongs to those who have nothing, because they rely completely on Krishna. And Krishna, being the well-wisher of all of the living entities, not just the humans, like animals, they rely on Krishna. They don't have intelligence, like I'm going to get my food from here. Yeah, they have basic instinct, but Krishna is maintaining them, and he will maintain us as well. So I wanted to finish, I wanted to provide some more analogies. Arjuna's test is that he must fight for Krishna, not for enjoyment, for kingdom, but because Krishna wants him to fight. Because whatever you might think is right, I believe that in this world we don't even know what's right and wrong. Everyone has their own philosophy, and they think, because I met this one person, and they knew that I was following Hare Krishna, and she said, "I'm a Buddhist, really." And she said, and I was quite shocked, because Buddhism is non-violence, right? You don't kill animals, but she eats meat. So I was like, "Oh, really? So you're a Buddhist?" "Yeah, I just like to, so it's really a concoction of her own mind, and that's why we need the Bhagavad Gita. We need the philosophy from Bhagavad Gita to tell you what's wrong and right. And eventually, I'm not perfect either. I'm just trying my best to follow whatever is in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever my teachers, my seniors tell me. But eventually, when you come to the understanding of you want to do what Krishna likes, what Krishna thinks is pleasing, and that's what's right. That's what's supposed to be done, not the concoctions that we come up with. And one person who was absolutely attached to Krishna was Prahlad Maharaj. Again, that the stories are in the Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj was 6 years old, and he was introduced he was given the knowledge from when he was in the womb of his mother Kayadu. She was the wife of a great demon called Hiranyakashipu. He was a great demon, and all he wanted was material opulence. He wanted to become God. He actually wanted to build a staircase that would lead to the heavens, and everyone could go up there, and that was his thinking. But from such a great demon was born Prahlad Maharaj, and he heard transcendental knowledge from his mother's womb by Narad Muni. Narad Muni, the name Narad means Narada, which means one who gives Krishna to everyone. So when he was little, his father said to him, "Tell me, Prahlad, what is the greatest thing?" And he said, "The greatest thing is devotion to Vishnu." And when he heard that, he was like, "What? The greatest thing is devotion to Vishnu? You're supposed to worship me. I'm God." And so he thought he could deprogram Prahlad, and he sent him to a demon school where he was taught he was educated in the arts of how to enjoy the warfare, how to make money, and to worship Hiranyakashipu as God. But Prahlad heard all of this, but he never lost his faith. He always had still attachment to Vishnu. And then he was brought back to Hiranyakashipu. Again, Prahlad says, "My dear father, I believe that Vishnu is the creator of everything. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And that was it for Hiranyakashipu. And he wanted to kill his own son. And this is what happens when you're attached to material opulence, when you're attached to getting fame, recognition. If you want to be God, you get bewildered so much that Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill his own son. So then he tried so many times to kill Prahlad. But Prahlad, 6 years old, 7 years old, innocent boy, he had complete faith in Vishnu. So when they tried to burn him, Krishna saved him. When they threw him off a cliff, Krishna caught him with a bed of cushions, And like this, eventually Krishna had to appear in front of Prahlad, because Hiranyakashipu realized that Prahlad is just way too strong. And he said, where is your power coming from? And Prahlad says, my power comes from where your power comes from, which is Lord Vishnu. He made him realize that not only my power comes from Lord Vishnu, even your power comes from Krishna. So he picked up his mace, and he said, is your father in this pillar? Is Vishnu in this pillar? And he said, yes, Vishnu is in this pillar. And he struck the pillar, and that's how Nrsingadev appeared. Fierce incarnation of Lord Krishna. Half man, half lion, the most fierce. And he dissected Hiranyakashipu and took out all the bad qualities he had. And he wore his intestines as a garland. quite a graphic. But that's the like the fierce incarnation of Nrsingadev. Like we all have our own mood. Krishna also likes to enjoy some violence, some fighting, so he appears in different moods, in different incarnations, and that's Lord Nrsingadev. So yeah, Lord Krishna submitted to the innocent devotion of Prahlad, and he appeared before him and rescued him. And that's our situation. In any given situation, even though seemingly it looks terrible, it looks like there's no way of escaping, we have to get absorbed in devotional service to Krishna. And it's not hard. Everyone knows how to do it. Even kids know how to do it. It's natural for us. We've just forgotten. Many lifetimes we have spent trying to enjoy, and that's why we have so many impressions from previous lives that are hard to get rid of. But you can do it. It can happen. And some of the practical ways that you can do this is practicing detachment with attachment to Krishna, with daily sadhana. And there are 5 powerful ways of doing this. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's mentioned by Lord Chaitanya that there are 5 things. One is sadhu sangha, meaning if you have association with devotees, spiritual people, Nam Kirtana, the holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's powerful. The third one is Bhagavata Shravana, which means hearing Bhagavatam. If you, this has actually happened to me. Someone bought me a Bhagavatam, and I used to go to Canary Wharf, and it was a long journey, so we used to get 1 hour on the train to read Bhagavatam, and I just sat there and read Bhagavatam, and it was so beautiful. And after that, I can't explain what happened, but things definitely changed. So I can say Bhagavatam is very, very powerful. All you have to do, and it's powerful because Bhagavad Gita sometimes is difficult to understand on your own, right? Yeah. But Bhagavatam has many, many stories. There's some philosophy, but Bhagavatam has so many stories and examples. You know, Bhagavatam is full of role models. I'm very old now, and you think role models are only for children. No, they're for all of us. We need to see how, because we don't have any examples around us nowadays of what spiritual people do. How do they achieve perfection? So we need role models, and it inspires us in a way that sometimes philosophy might be difficult, but combined, examples of spiritual people and philosophy is powerful. And the fourth powerful activity is matravas, which means living in a holy place. You might think, well, I can't live in a holy place. I can't just go to Vrindavan. You can come here. This is a holy place. This is where the spiritual people live. So this is a holy place. You can come here. And Shri Murti Sadhya Sevana, which means that just offering seva, some service to the lordships in their deity form. And that's not hard. You don't have to have a murti. You can have a picture, offer a fruit, flower, leaf, water, and that's it. On special occasions, in the Indian culture, you do like a yagna, like when you're pregnant or something like that. And in the mantras, I realized that you offer threads, and that's symbolic of the clothes, some jewelry and things like that. But you can actually do that if you have a date, and we do that every day. We have a deity at home, we offer water, we offer fruit, flower, and things like that. But, in the yagnas, they do it as a special thing, but we do that every day. So imagine the benefit you're getting, spiritual benefit you're getting, because that slowly is building your attachment to the Lord. So yeah, that will never, if you've done something in your when you're young, How many people in their young age were told by their grandparents all these stories, or do this or do that? How many people? Yeah. And you remember that now. I remember stuff like that as well. So that they are deep impressions. Don't take them lightly. We have a few minutes, so I'm just gonna. Hare Krishna. Jatin Prabhu is an amazing person. He asks amazing questions. But yeah, don't worry. No, I won't ask you to ask any questions today. Anyone got any questions, by the way? Yes? What's the history? So, it's an old book, 5,000 years ago. It's not a book, it's a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. You know Krishna and Arjuna? Yeah. So, Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna when he was confused on the battlefield. And hang around, I can get you a Bhagavad Gita if you're interested after. Would you like one? Yeah? You have one at home? No, I can give you one. You have? Okay. You can read it when you go home. We have Krishna Club as well. You can come to Krishna Club and I can tell you more about that. Yeah? What's your name? Adab. Nice to meet you. Nice question. So, I'm going to tell you why is Srimad Bhagavatam so powerful. So, I can give you history about Srimad Bhagavatam now, which is those books over there. They're amazing books. You would enjoy reading them. So, Vyasadeva compiled the Vedas, Upanishad, and Puranas. So, these Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, they're studied by like intellectuals, scientists, but Vyasadeva said, I'm not satisfied. It might satisfy the intelligent people, but my heart is still yearning. So then his spiritual master came and he said, which was Narada, and he said, you need to write Srimad Bhagavatam. So then he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. It's the ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. So this is the essence of all the Upanishads, all the Puranas. This is, you can go wrong if you follow Upanishads, the Karma Kanda and all of that. Yes, Prabhu? What's the difference? So Bhagavad Gita tells you what you can do to get spiritual advancement. Srimad Bhagavatam shows you in live examples by telling us the stories about Prahlad, Kunti Maharani. But lucky for us, Prabhupada has translated the Srimad Bhagavatam from Sanskrit into English, into Gujarati, Hindi, whatever language, they'll be able to give it to you. But that's the difference between Srimad Bhagavatam. Both are amazing, but different people understand knowledge in different ways. So there's something for everyone. Yeah. Yes?
God created us, but who created God?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
What book could tell us?
Well, rather than understanding, would you can understand Krishna. I feel like you want to understand Krishna. Rather than understand, first you have to understand yourself. And by understanding where you come from, then you can understand who Krishna is. Yeah? It doesn't answer your question, I know. But you want to understand yourself first. Like, where did I come from? Who made me? Why did I come here? And then you can maybe start. Krishna will guide you within the heart to tell you where Krishna comes from. Yeah? What's your name?
Sake.
Thank you for the question. I think time's up now. Sorry, I have to cut the class short. But thank you so much for listening with great attention. Really appreciate it. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, please. Thank you.